Honestly, I had planned on just staying in medical education. So the challenge, if you want to be a teacher in medicine, is that most jobs, not all, but most jobs, certainly at the lower levels, like either don't pay you much or they don't pay you at all. I can't think of a single educator in medicine that I've spoken with who is not like a dean or something like that, but who would consider that they are making as much money teaching as they would doing either research or especially clinical practice. I had always sort of assumed that that was going to be true for myself. I share much more of my thoughts of why I think the medical education system is set up poorly to do a good job with education specifically. You know, in short, you've got a bunch of very smart, hardworking people that have been selected for and incentivized for doing either clinical practice or research. And they're not selected for, they're not trained for, they're not incentivized, right? Meaning their promotions, their salary, nothing is really tied to the education. And then in addition to that, you have this massive diffusion of responsibility where you've got, one lecturer who is teaching a single lecture, and you've got maybe, 80 lecturers for 100 lectures in a given sort of block. And so it's really set up poorly for education. Like if you were to set up a chemistry class in high school, like a beginning chemistry class, and you were to say, I'm going to take people from the community that know chemistry, that do chemistry, but I'm not going to pay them at all. I'm not going to train them based on teaching. And in addition to that, their promotions, their professional success will have nothing to do with their teaching. And I'm going to have a different lecturer come in every single day, and they're not going to have time to talk to each other. I mean, how do you think that's going to go? That's essentially what we do in beginning medical education, right, for the preclinicals, for most schools. Like, what I found when I was a medical student and what I see now is that the best teachers are doing it not because they are economically incentivized to do it. In many ways, they're doing it against their economic self-interest. To me, the ultimate proof that there is something that's maybe not great with the system is that you can go to places like Stanford or Harvard MGH that have, massive reach, massive prestige, huge pools of resources. And yet they still have a lot of the same challenges that, less prestigious schools have. Like I've spoken with deans from Caribbean medical schools and, DO schools and lower tier sort of MD schools. And schools where they don't have quite the same level of reputation per se as institutions like Stanford MGH, and they have a lot of the same problems, honestly. I think that this is a system problem. I would hope that you wouldn't necessarily take the lesson of me leaving after I graduated residency as those institutions were bad. Again, I think those institutions were fantastic. I think the fact that those institutions still have a lot of the challenges that other ones have, I think proves, in my mind, that the system is broken in many ways. I honestly just kind of happened into this. I had started a blog at the end of medical school and sort of towards the start of residency that kind of took off, and a lot of people just started asking me for help with their testing. And I realized that there was a huge need, that a lot of the skills that I had spent a lot of time preparing for myself could help other people. And so I just started to do that on the side. And then it just kind of grew to the point where by the end of residency, I had to make a decision. Do I want to continue with this or do I want to continue with academic medicine? Honestly, a lot of the reason why I have the YouTube channel in the first place is because I want to share this information. I guess that the thing I would say is that I quit medicine before I started the YouTube channel. I don't know if this is an important distinction. I know a lot of people who were sort of blew up on YouTube first and then were like, I'm going to do something else. That was not quite my journey. If you're a medical student or a doctor preparing for either the USMLEs or COMLEX or one of your medical board exams, then be sure to sign up for our free 14-step program where we'll walk you through the most efficient ways for you to improve your score in a short period of time. And if you're interested in getting there faster, be sure to book a free call with our team where we'll break down what it is that's holding you back and, if it makes sense, explain how it is that we can help you to get there more efficiently.